Hello and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I am Becky, your yarn host, and today what we are going to talk about is the benefits of crocheting. There's a lot of benefits to crocheting. It can reduce your stress. I'm looking down because I've got notes. It can improve cognitive function. It can enhance your fine motor skills. Also, you have a sense of accomplishment whenever you crochet, and when you finish a project, you feel like you have achieved something that nobody else has, because nobody else has made the exact project that you have made. So that being said, there's a lot of things that crochet can benefit you. You know, it's an anxiety relief. It's what I wish I was doing more of instead of what I've been doing here lately, because here lately I have not had time to crochet. I have been canning and canning and dehydrating, and that is all. And so now it's kind of like I wish I had time to do more crochet. It is a massive stress relief for me personally. I crochet whenever I feel stress coming on, or I have a really bad day. I will sit down and crochet. Or if I hurt, or if my mind is going 100 miles an hour, I will sit down and crochet, because it relieves that stress that I do not need to be under. It helps me by focusing on my stitches and my patterns that I'm doing. It helps to reduce that stress, so the anxiety will go away. If you're very anxious, or you have a lot of anxiety, once you get in the mindset of crochet, it will relieve that anxiety. It will help with the calming aspect of crochet. It also can enhance your mood. It can lift you up out of a depression, even, because you have that sense of accomplishment. You feel like you can accomplish something that somebody will like in the end. And especially when you get those compliments from somebody that you have given stuff to, it makes you feel so good. And so it will release the endorphins that your body needs. And it's a natural, the endorphins are a natural mood booster. You don't have to have medicine that way. And I use it for that also. But it also helps you to focus. So if you have like attention deficit and those kind of things, the counting, the rhythmic patterns of it will also help you. It requires focus and attention. And so when you do have that attention deficit disorder, or ADD, I'm not saying hyperactivity, I'm just saying ADD. If you can bring your mind back to focusing on your project, and continue to bring your mind back to focusing on that project, and just continue to just kind of circle around and bring it back, it helps you to focus in the long run. And it's really good for people with attention deficit whenever they want to get a project done. It can also alleviate symptoms of depression because of that aspect, not the attention deficit, but of the aspect of it is a mood enhancer, because it does send out those endorphins, because you do feel better about yourself. It also clears out, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, but it'll clear out the mental clutter like I have right now, because I haven't been doing it. The mental clutter that you have, where your brain is going a million miles an hour and you have all this stuff that you need to get done or that you need to focus on. And as you can tell, my brain's going a million miles an hour. And the crochet, because of the repetitive nature of crochet, it brings your mind back to a calm state where you can think. And without the crochet, I don't think as well. As you can tell, I'm like scattered right now. I have puppies, hang on. Okay, I don't think she's gonna bark. She might. You also have a self of accomplishment and higher self-esteem when you crochet. Completing a project, whether it's a washcloth or it's a huge blanket, whenever you complete that project, it gives you such a wonderful feeling of, oh hey, I've done this and somebody's gonna like this, and whoever you made it for. So you get this, it provides a sense of satisfaction that I've got this done and now that's under my belt, or I tackled this stitch and I actually did it and I got it done. And that's that's a sense of accomplishment when you're working so hard on a project and you can't get that one stitch, it's not falling into place right, and you get that one stitch done and you're just like, yes, I finally did it. That is a good thing. Everybody has those, whether they want to admit it or not. Everybody has those times where they're struggling so hard to finish something, or they're struggling so hard to get something done. And then whenever you finally accomplish it, no matter if it's crochet or anything else, you feel so good. But crochet, whenever you're crocheting, you feel even better because you've done it on your own. Nobody did it for you. It is all 100% you. It can also combat insomnia, and I do use this for insomnia. I used to take medication to sleep, no longer do, but if I feel like I am not going to get to bed in a timely manner, or my brain's not shutting down in a timely manner, I will crochet. Crochet calms me, it soothes me, and it makes me sleepy. And if you can't tell, if you watch my videos, my voice gets very, very calm, very soothing, very rhythmic when I crochet. And it's because I've trained my body, but that's what crochet does. Whenever you've been doing it for so long, you can sit down, pick up a hook, and instantly be in that, I'm going to be calmer right now. This is going to do this for me, because you know what it is going to do. Your body instantly knows that, hey, I can calm down. Hey, my brain doesn't have to go a million miles an hour. I'm looking at yarn over here going, yes, I need to crochet. So it helps to prepare your mind and your body for sleep, because your mind may be going through everything from the day and everything that you didn't get done, or everything that you did do, or the things that you perceive as not being right that you did that day, or the problems that you're having in your day-to-day life. And crochet takes you away from those problems in your day-to-day life, and crochet will help you to handle the stress of a day-to-day life. So let's see, what's the next thing I've got written down? It has cognitive benefits. It helps improve your memory, and it's been studied that it does this. And there's a lot of people that say the focus on the patterns that you have, or the repetition of the pattern that you are doing, and the stitches that you're doing, and the repetition of the stitches help your cognitive ability. So if you have somebody that's older or not older, but they're going through dementia, or they have a little bit of the dementia symptoms. One of the things that you may want to do is introduce crochet to them to see if they can handle crochet and they want to do crochet, if that will stave off the dementia that is happening to them. The other thing is that it will prolong, if you know that you've got, or you're going towards the dementia problem, or you have a history of it, it will stave that off. It will put that further out for you, because you're using your mind in a repetitive manner. It's the same thing as playing the games online or anything like that. Crochet does that for you. It also allows for creative expression, be it through color, texture, what you're making, the stitch variations, which would be the texture, the unique pattern designs that you pick up on, or just by doing a granny square but doing it different colors in a different way than everybody else has done. Crochet becomes your project. It doesn't matter if I design a project, it becomes yours whenever you put your colors to whatever somebody out there has designed. It becomes your project. Nobody else has that project. Nobody else is going to make it exactly like you. And so it is 100% your project whenever you have decided to do it. Also, crochet has a huge community online. There is a lot of people online that do crochet. I've got the cat down here below me. She's scratching if you hear her. She scratches her water bowl to make the water move. And that's what she's doing right now. I was like, what in the world was that noise? That's Cog. But there's a huge crochet community. So if there is something that you can't figure out on your own and you need help, you can reach out to anybody that teaches on, like myself or anybody else that teaches crochet and has a lot of experience at crochet. Somebody in the crochet community will be more than willing to help you. I mean, it's a massive support system that the crochet community has. Now, there are some physical benefits to crochet, and I can attest to just about all of these physical benefits of crochet because I do have rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, plus the other stuff that's going on. And crochet requires fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination. And if you have rheumatoid arthritis, your hands will turn. And I don't know if you can see my hands. This one's turning, this one, my fingers are twisting. I don't know if you can see it, but my fingers are twisting this way. And, they're going to eventually end up being twisted and gnarled and nasty. But my rheumatoid arthritis doctor told me that, and I was 32, I think, when I was diagnosed, that if I continued to crochet every day, never take a day off, which I have here lately, but never take a day off. But if I continued to crochet every day, that I would not have the twisting of my fingers, and my fingers would not lock, because you've seen those people with their hands like this and they're locked and they can't open them up. I would drive to Oklahoma City to go to the doctor, and my fingers, by the time because it was an hour and a half to his office, and by the time I would get down there, my hands would be locked on the steering wheel and I could not open my hands. I would have to pry my hands off of the steering wheel. And he said, is there anything that you can do for fine motor skills? And I said, well, I crochet, but I haven't been crocheting for a little while because my hands hurt. And he said, you need to pick up your crochet hook and you need to crochet. and you don't need to stop, because whenever you crochet, that's your fine motor skills, and your fine motor skills are what goes first with rheumatoid arthritis or any kind of arthritis. So I have crocheted almost every day since he told me that. And my hands now, I can move them. I don't have them. Every once in a while, they'll be really sore and stiff, and you can see the redness in them, but not a whole lot anymore. It also, let's see, Cog's baby is out. Sorry. Wondered who was scratching over there. He's behind his bed. It also lowers blood pressure, and I am living proof of this one. I went to the doctor last week, and I took my crochet, and my blood pressure was high because, of course, you know, I've been doing all this testing and stuff, and I was getting results. No, it was Monday. I was getting results, and I was like, oh man, what is she gonna tell me, you know? And they took my blood pressure, and it was high. And I said, oh, here, I can fix that. And they looked at me kind of funny. I said, you just do what you're gonna do. And I was talking to the nurse that came in. I said, you do what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna sit here and crochet. And I said, whenever you're done doing what you're gonna do and asking me all these questions and everything, take my blood pressure then. And my blood pressure had dropped. And she was like, how did you do that? And I said, oh, crochet drops your blood pressure. Didn't you know that? So, yeah, it really does drop your blood pressure. Oh, good grief. She's over there beating her food up. So, and they have studied that also to see. Stop it. Okay, she's not being very nice today. I don't know what her deal is. Anyway, it will lower your blood pressure. I think that's where we were at. And they have studied that. So the studies do show that it does lower your blood pressure. So some other benefits of crochet is that it's very cost effective. You can spend as little as you want to on this hobby, or as much as you want to on this hobby. So if you only have $10 to spend, you can go to the store, you can buy a $2 crochet hook, and some of them are under $2, and you can get a skein of yarn, and you haven't even spent $7 or $8. So it is very, very cost effective. It depends on, I mean, and you can spend, if you wanted to just do a washcloth, you could get a crochet hook, which you will always have once you buy that crochet hook. You'll never have to buy that crochet hook unless you lose it, or unless you have a billion projects like I do going on. And I like to have a crochet hook, my crochet hook, with every project. Hold on just a second. Okay. You want to say hi? This is what's on my feet. I was like, what is sniffing around my feet? This is the first time he's been out of his house when I've been in back here. But I haven't been back here a lot. So, and she's now she's going to come visit. She wanted me to see him, but now she wants me to put him down. I don't know. Oh, goodness. I'm going to put him back down so she doesn't get me. Yeah. Okay, he's down. He's down. Go get him. Okay, so I think we're going to name him Snow. One of my subscribers suggested that name, and I think his name is going to be Snow, and he's all over the floor right now. He's running around. But it is a very cost effective. If you wanted to, say, go buy a little cotton. Let me grab one here. Walmart cotton, peaches and cream. I don't know if you can see what that is. It's like a couple of bucks, and you buy $2 for a crochet hook, $4, less than $5, you can crochet. So it's very, very cost effective. It's very, you can start with the basics. You can go online. You don't have to buy tutorials. There's all kinds of, I have free tutorials online. There's all kinds of free patterns everywhere. You can go pick those up. And if you don't know how to do something, you can always look back on normally on somebody's YouTube page and find stuff, or just type it in what you're wanting to make, and you can usually find it. You can make very meaningful gifts, which also helps with your self-esteem. She wants to be on the video, I think. Come here. I thought I was gonna get away with not having her scream, holler, and yell, and she's made all kinds of noise. She's beat her bed up and all kinds of stuff. Scratched the water. I don't know, she's being crazy. Anyway, it makes meaningful gifts. You know, that helps with your sense of depression, because if you're shut in to your home and you don't get out very much and you don't see a whole lot of people, but yet you can make something for somebody, and that somebody would appreciate what you're making for them, and they show that appreciation, that boosts your self-esteem. That also can bring you out of a depression. If you are depressed or you think that you might be a little bit depressed, you might want to do something like charity work, where you are making stuff for people. You may not get to see them, but at least you know that you're giving back to a community, and that will boost, you know, your self-esteem, your self-worth, and also pull you out of a depression if you're in a depression. And crochet has been used for many, many, many years as a therapeutic. I hope she does not jump on me, because she's going to scar me up if she does. As a therapeutic, come here, tool to cope with grief, with chronic illness, and with pain. So I have all of those. I used it when my dad passed away and my father-in-law passed away. They were within 10 days of each other. I used crochet as a form of grief. You know, I used it to get me through, to cope. It was my coping mechanism to get through the grief of both of I consider both of them my father, both of my fathers passing away so close to each other. I also use it to cope with chronic illness, because I do have several chronic things going on. And then the pain of all of that chronic illness. And when I broke my foot, I crocheted. When I broke my foot several times, crocheted the whole time. Whenever I have any pain at all going on, I will sit down and crochet, because what crochet does is it takes your mind off of your pain. So instead of focusing on your pain and how much it hurts, you're focusing on counting the stitches, the pattern, the colors, winding up your yarn, getting ready for, the excitement of getting ready for a new project, that kind of stuff, instead of your pain. So, I know this is a short, sweet video right now. That's all I could do. I'm still canning, if you didn't know. I ran in, changed my shirt really quick, and came in here to do a video for tomorrow, because I've got spaghetti sauce on in the roaster, I have an entire roaster of spaghetti sauce. I cooked down almost 60 cups of tomatoes today because I was gone on Monday, I canned on Tuesday, and I was gone on Wednesday. So I had 2 days to catch up. So I have a lot of spaghetti sauce in there that I've got to go and jar up, and it has to be pressure canned. So, and it's late, it's getting evening time, so I've got a lot still left to do. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And I will be doing some more of these kinds of videos and I'm going to go through like the beginner part of crochet, and kind of like how to read a label, how to depict your yarn, how to do crochet hooks, that kind of thing. Every Friday I'm going to do a series on beginner crochet stuff, so and a little bit more advanced if you guys want that too. So just if you want me to touch on something, just drop me a line in the comment section. I read every comment and I respond to every comment, so just drop me a comment and I will try to do whatever it is that, answer any questions or whatever that you have. So yeah, I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.